obviously one of the other questions a lot of people have when it comes to this whole situation, this whole hush money investigation that the WWE board is doing as far as it concerns Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, or Laurinaitis, if you will, is what happens to Vince, when it's all said and done. Does he remain unscathed? Does he, just, play it cool as usual because, hey, nobody's going to really take what happened seriously because, it's the owner of a wrestling company? What's going to happen? Well, there's a lot of people that are saying that this could be it for him. And it's not because, they're thinking, oh, once he's gone, we'll get better wrestling. No. They basically feel that Vince potentially, he may have survived a lot. But this could be basically the one that says, you ain't surviving this, and it takes him down. That potentially is how people are viewing it. But even with that being the case, the question is the other question people are asking is, who succeeds Vince? Who succeeds Vince in his position if it comes down to the fact that, well, he has to be removed, which is more than unlikely because he has final say in the voting, or he's basically forced to save his own butt to step down, to save the company his father helped create and save himself. He may have no choice but to step down. But if that happens, again, who steps in? Who takes over? And a lot of people are basically saying that it looks like it could be Nick Khan. Like Nick Khan could be the one that steps in and takes control over wrestling entertainment. In Vince's absence, whether it's a temporary absence or a permanent one. And if that's true, a lot of people, I'll be honest with you, they'll be very suspicious of it. I mean, believe it or not, there are some individuals, sick individuals, that'll be like, oh, good, Vince is finally gone, and everything, and now we can finally get something decent. And that might be true, in some case, in some sense maybe, but again, we're not totally sure. We're not totally sure. I mean, obviously during this investigation, they're going to question anybody that may have been, hold on for a sec, may have been aware of what Vince was up to, what Vince and John Laurinaitis were up to. They're going to question everybody, that could have known. And Nick Khan will be one of those people they might question. But even so, Nick Khan basically right now is in a position to where if Vince temporarily, if not permanently, has to step down from his position of power, basically be forced to resign, under his own power, to, like I said, to save the company his family built, his father built, to save his reputation, then it looks more than likely like Nick Khan could be the one that succeeds him. And again, like I said, some people would find that suspicious. It's like, okay, he's gotten rid of all the McMahons now. He's now running things. Something doesn't seem right. Some people will think that. Some people will think, I wonder. Because, there are conspiracy theorists out there. And conspiracy theorists will look at something like that and be like, I wonder if he's the one that, encouraged the anonymous person to send the emails, or maybe he was the anonymous person that sent the emails, or somebody connected to him did it just so he could get Vince out of power. People, like I say, the people that love, looking into conspiracies, they will look into something like this and think, maybe Nick Khan conspired for the whole thing to happen this way. But we don't know. We're not really sure until all of the answers that we will hopefully get in the next couple of weeks, months, or something like that are revealed or are given. So again, we don't know yay or nay of whether or not Nick Khan will succeed. For all we know, Nick Khan, he may be forced to have to step away as well, because if they question him and ask, hey, did you have any knowledge of this going on? Nick Khan, to save his own butt, may step down as president of WWE. We don't know. We don't really know, but it's an interesting, question to wonder of who would succeed Vince if Vince has to step down as a result of what's going on here, or as a result of this hush money investigation and what it may uncover even more so than what it already has. You have to really wonder about that. You have to really think about, who could be the one that succeeds him. Because right now, well, not right now, but previously it looked like it could be Stephanie. But she stepped away, which makes her a little suspicious to a lot of folks, because they're like, okay, did she know? Did she know something was up and that's why she stepped away? Maybe she did. But maybe she stepped away because she didn't want to be involved in what she pretty much felt was her father's fault. Stephanie McMahon is a grown woman to the point that if she sees something that, she knows is not, her fault, but is going to indicate her as possibly being a suspect, she's going to wipe her hands of it. She's going to wipe her hands clean of it and say, no, I'm stepping away from this. I'm taking myself out of the equation, and the person that is being targeted in this, it's their responsibility now. They're the ones that got to take care of this, and in this case, it's her father and potentially John Laurinaitis. And I don't blame Stephanie if that's the reason she stepped away, because would you want to be involved in something that potentially could risk your family's privacy, could risk your family's reputation that you hold so dear to, could hurt your legacy, your potential of possibly being the successor to the company that your grandfather built? Do you want to take that chance to lose all of it? No, you don't. But what you're going to do is you're going to wipe your hands clean of what's happening, and basically have the person that's responsible be the one that takes the blame or takes responsibility. Like I said, you're going to want to step away and allow the person that's responsible, that's basically being pointed at, having the finger pointed at, with the accusations and everything, to be the one that takes the responsibility. You're going to want to wipe your hands clean of it. And in this case, Stephanie's like, look, I love my father and everything, but he got himself in this mess. I'm stepping away, wiping my hands clean of it until the whole thing is figured out, until the whole thing is resolved. Then I'll probably step back in. And again, that may be what happens. Like I said in the last video, she may have to cut her time, with her family bonding time. She may have to cut her family bonding time, down. She may have to shorten it, much to her regret, because of what's going on. But again, I think the reason she stepped away, she does not want to deal with it. She's wiping her hands clean of it. So I don't blame her. And I think she knows that if her father steps down before she even makes a return to probably rightfully claim succession, she knows Nick Khan will probably step in, and she'll probably say, hey, if I can't step in to take over for my father in his absence, I can't think of anybody better than Nick Khan to do so. Because if Nick Khan is close friends with The Rock, and The Rock trusts him, Dwayne Johnson, then obviously he has some, good vibes to him to maybe, like I said, Stephanie could be like, hey, if I can't, step in and take control of the company in my father's absence, I'm cool with Nick Khan doing it because, he understands what the people want. He understands how business works. So she may be in favor of Nick Khan being the one that succeeds her father. We don't know. But again, getting back to the question, of the topic of the video, I should say, in the question of who would succeed him, more than likely, if Vince has to temporarily, if not permanently, step down because of this, Nick Khan does look like the more likely candidate to step in, and take control of the company in his absence, and then maybe pass it to Stephanie McMahon whenever she decides to come back, if that happens. But again, this is all mere speculation, because people will point out that Vince has survived a lot, and he'll probably survive this, maybe by just the skin of his teeth. But what do you guys think? Who do you think will succeed Vince if he has to step down temporarily, if not permanently? Do you think it'll be Nick Khan? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. like the video. Super thanks will be enabled after the video's premiere. Super chat, live chat, or sorry, I said live chat, super chats in the live chat are also open and available. And if you want to do so, that would really help as well. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. And until next time, I will talk to you all later. My bus is just about here, so I'm going to close this up for right now. Probably charge the phone a little bit. But let me know what your thoughts are on this whole situation. Who do you think will succeed, Vince? And until then, I am out. Y'all have a good day and a good night.